Hey, what's up, guys? So today I want to share a video with you of how I position and pitch creative finance to an on-market property. I'm talking to a listing agent, and I'm just putting some feelers out when I'm having this conversation, and I want you to listen to it so maybe you can get some value from it. You'll have to excuse my outfit because it's early in the morning, and this agent called me back, and I think I might just be rolling out of bed when I film this. But so it's not the most flattering video of me, but I don't really care. I'm going to share with you anyways. But here's what I'd say. If you're in the market or you're a investor who is starting to pitch creative finance, a couple things that you want to think about when you're having calls with listing agents. Remember, or not even just listing agents, when you're having calls with anybody who wants to sell, even if you're going direct to seller, when you're positioning creative finance, you want to just open the file cabinet on the first call. Just ask the question like, hey, would you be open to this thing? Would you be open to creative finance? Would you be open to seller finance? And just kind of open that file cabinet drawer, so then you can put a proposal together for them to kind of read through. I find when you try to pitch it on a call and get into all the specifics, it just goes right over their head and forget about it. So what I like to do is I like to say, hey, if we could come in at full asking price, would you be open to creative finance or seller finance? And sometimes they'll say, no, we're not open to that. And I usually, my kind of rebuttal or my follow-up with that is, well, why not? And most of the time, actually, they'll say, well, what is it? They don't really even know what it is that I'm offering. And so that just kind of opens the door for me to say, well, here's the thing, we can come in at a higher offer, and usually it benefits the seller and it benefits me because I don't need to go out and get a loan, and your seller gets more money or you get more money, and this is a win-win for everybody. So it's really about positioning it. And it's also about positioning it in a way on the first call where it's like, look, think of it like taking somebody out on a date. Like you're not, trying to hit a home run on the first date. You're just trying to like get to know the person and see what they're all about and see if there's a potential deal there. Or you're trying to disqualify the deal. That's the other thing I try to do on these calls, is just try to disqualify the call. Is this not a property or a person that I don't want to work with? Because, rule number one, no jerks. That's for me. I don't want to work with people that are difficult to work with. So anyways, I want to share the call with you. I hope you find some value. Feel free, or I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. Show your boy some support. And if you are new to wholesaling, or even if you're seasoned and you want to be part of our Discord, it's free. There's the first link in the description is going to get you into the Discord. It's also going to get you a free blueprint of how to get into wholesaling. I put together a quick course for new guys to teach them how they can get into the business. And so anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you on Discord. And I accidentally forgot to mention that in this video, I'm talking about the MORBY method. And what the MORBY method is when you come in with a DSCR or a big down payment, and you bring in private money to backfill the additional money needed to close the transaction. And then when the transaction is closed, the money that you brought in on the back end to backfill the required down payment money actually gets sent back to the investor, and then the homeowner or the seller is going to finance that portion. So when you have somebody who has a property that's completely paid off, but they need a big chunk of the money because, like in this case, and you'll hear, they want to roll their money, they're selling their property and they want to roll it into a bigger property. Okay, they're going to do a 1031, and they're just trying to level up their money and bring it from property to property to property. Okay, and that's how a lot of investors build wealth. They just roll their money from a smaller investment into a bigger, into a bigger, into a bigger, into a bigger. Okay, so that's the MORBY method, and I'll do a video on that. I'll put a link in the description once that video is done and explain how the MORBY method works. But I just wanted to mention that because this is a type of seller finance that a lot of people don't know about, or they don't use. I take that back. A lot of people are starting to know about it, but a lot of people don't really understand it. And it's a great tool to have in your tool belt as a real estate investor. So that's it. Check out the video. So they came back at 285. Okay. Well, for me, as I'm an investor, so I'm just looking to pick up properties. I'm definitely going to be below that 285 number just on a cash offer. I guess my question would be is the seller open to any type of seller finance on this? If we can get him his asking price at that 299.
What would be what are you looking at? How much?
That's a great question. I mean, I guess I'm curious to know just, if there's a mortgage on it, if we could do some sort of, I mean, we could structure the seller financing a couple different ways. We could do it subject to, or we could do something where, we come in with the heavy down payments and the seller carries back, a few $1,000s. It just kind of depends on, what the situation is there. I usually like to get an idea on if there's a mortgage, if we could take that over subject to, and then, write the seller a check, or if there's no mortgage, what he would want, or he or she would want down in terms of, a significant amount or whatever that looks like. I guess I need a little bit more information on the current status of what, what things look like for them.
My seller was looking to sell this and buy a multi-unit. So I don't know if a seller financing would be in his mind or not. So I would have to definitely discuss that with them. But yeah, they were looking to get the money to buy a different property, move the money around, kind of thing.
So do you know? Are they carrying a mortgage on it?
No, there's no mortgage.
There's no mortgage. Yeah, so there's usually like a couple different ways to structure the seller financing piece. I mean, obviously on my end, we want to come in with as little down as we can, but there are also ways to come in with up to 70 or 80% down, and then the seller basically carries back 20 or 30% of that 20 or 30%. So I could drop a couple different options in terms of what that might look like, and maybe email it over in kind of like a like a letter of intent, just like obviously it wouldn't be an offer. It would just be kind of like a starting point to start a conversation. If that's something
that would be fine. Like if you put up some kind of proposal together, I'll definitely send it to them so they can review, and I'll get a feel from there, like if they are willing to proceed or not, we just haven't received an offer like that. That was never a discussion that we've had, but I know they let me know that they wanted to sell in order to buy a different multi-units or whatnot. So yeah, if you put something together and email it to me, I'll definitely have a conversation with them and see if that's an option.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, give me. I haven't really dug into the numbers, so it'll take me maybe just a couple hours, but I can definitely get something over to you probably within the next 4 or 5 hours. And if you can just it would be cool. Is this your cell number?
Yes, you can text me.
Okay, awesome. If you could it sounds like you're driving, so whenever you're not driving, if you want to text me your email address where I would send that to, that would be perfect.
Sure, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Jamie. Again, my name's Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny.
Cool, good chatting. All right, bye-bye.